5 reasons why your coach might be advising you to eat the wrong food. I've been in bodybuilding for over 45 years. I've been in the industry for a very long time, and I'm seeing this over and over again. Recently, young people are eating junk food and then trying to bodybuild because they're just thinking about the calories. Now, reason one, if you are always hungry, it means you're eating the wrong food. And let me explain. If you're trying to get in shape, you're trying to get lean or trying to lose body fat, that means you are carrying unwanted body fat. If you're carrying 30 pounds of body fat, that's over 100,000 calories. So when your coach tells you you should be in a deficit, where's the deficit? You're carrying a lot of energy on you. The reason why you are unable to access that energy, the body fat, is because there's too much insulin in your system. And why do you have a lot of insulin in your system? Because you're eating foods that are making your body produce a lot of insulin. And I'll give you examples of these foods: the bagels and the Pop-Tarts and Cocoa Pops and the cream of rice and all of those things. They're not good for you. As a bodybuilder, the only time that you may need elevated insulin might be of benefit to you is straight after training. No any other time. Any other times, the foods you eat, you got to make sure that they're low glycemic, foods that don't trigger a quick response to insulin. Because when you do that, you find that your body will ask you some more. Basically, if you're carrying that amount of body fat, you should never be hungry. Second one, same thing, tiredness. You're constantly tired, and your coach says to you, you are tired because you are in a deficit. That's not what it is, guys. You are tired because there's too much insulin in your body. When there's too much insulin in your body, what happens is you've asked your body to store energy. Insulin is a storage hormone. Insulin's job is to store energy for you to be used either straight away or for a rainy day. When you eat foods that are making you produce insulin very quickly, all those foods trigger an insulin surge. And when there's too much insulin, you start getting tired because you cannot ask insulin to store and spend at the same time. That's why you're tired. And the coach says to you, you should do cardio. Listen, if you're doing copious amounts of cardio and carrying all that body fat, it doesn't make any sense. Control insulin. Third reason, when you finish training, after training, you don't recover very quickly. You got DOMS and you got aches and pains and all of that. That's also due to inflammation. There's too much, you're eating too much sugar. When there's too much insulin in your system, that causes inflammation. Now, what causes too much insulin in your system? Again, it's sugar. The sugar, wheat, and dairy, all those foods cause inflammation. So if you're trying to lose body fat, you're trying to get lean, the best thing you can do is avoid those foods. That's what we did. We didn't have any problems like that. If you're struggling with recovering from training, that's your DOMS. That could be that you are eating the wrong food. Your coach doesn't know what he's talking about. Number 4, bloating. Now, I've got a client who came to me, especially because he said to me, his old coach, online coach, was making him eat certain foods. He was eating bagels, he was eating jellies, jelly babies before training, and he said he was constantly bloated. Guys, when you are constantly bloated, when you're bloated, it means your body is not digesting the food properly. It doesn't matter how you cut it. Bloating means the food is not being digested. And you think about it, when you're bloated, think of how you feel mentally, because these two are related. When you got bloat here and your body's not digesting and absorbing the food properly, mentally, you will not feel right as well. You may even suffer with insomnia, you might suffer with anxiety and stuff like that, because all of it is coming from your gut. Remember, your gut is in charge. You've got trillions of bacteria in your gut. It's called symbiosis. Symbiotically, what that means, we rely on them, they rely on us. Now, we rely on them to break down the nutrients for them, and they rely on us to bring the right nutrients in. When you feed them all this junk food, and I consider bagels and all the cereals, they're all junk food. Guys, bodybuilding was about discipline. Discipline to be able to eat the right foods to build muscle. I think the reason why a lot of the junk food and stuff came in the industry is because people are trying to be flexible. But being flexible is actually slowing down your muscle building or your fat loss because you're eating the wrong food. Eat real food and see how quickly your body will change. And you're not having a bloat. If whenever you feel like you're bloated, always find out what is causing the bloat because there is always a reason why. Remember, your body doesn't do anything without a reason. The fifth one is joint pain. Now, joint pain is attributed to inflammation. I think when we mention inflammation, most people are not aware of exactly what inflammation means. You see, I was a nurse, and this is how I was taught. If you cut yourself, the area swells up immediately. That's your body sending the healing army, the white blood cells and stuff like that. And there's water, the area swells up. That's the beginning of the healing process. Now, eventually, the area, there's a soft scab and there's a hard scab. Inflammation goes down, and the area eventually, in a few days, the area heals up. Now, it may not go back to the original shape, but or the original state, but at least it's healed up. Now imagine when you've got inflammation, when you're inflamed, it means all your cells are inflamed. Your joints, brain cells, all your cells are inflamed. Even your muscles are inflamed. And that's why one of my clients, he went to have a massage after I changed his diet, took all his carbs out, and he was eating predominantly fats and protein. He went for a massage, and the lady said, "Oh my God, normally by now you were screaming." There's also one thing who literally didn't feel the pain at all. The reason why you're walking around with elbow support and knee wraps and all of that is because you're eating the wrong food. When you eat these foods, they cause inflammation. And inflammation is what transfers to your knees and your joints, your elbows and stuff like that. Even when you feel hazy in the head and you're a bit muddled up, that's all due to inflammation. So guys, all I'm asking you to, I'm not asking you to believe what I'm saying. I'm saying that you should try. Just say, you know what, well, Eddie's that old fool. Let me just do what he's suggesting for 1 week. Cut out all the processed, ultra processed foods. Come on. Even the NHS, which is usually slow on the mark with regards to nutrition, they're telling us not to eat these cereals. Why would we want those foods in the fitness industry? Come on. We are in the fitness industry and there's no way we should be exposed to those foods. Guys, it's not just about what you look like now. Think of your long-term health and look after yourselves. I've set up a new Facebook group. It's called Abbew Fat Loss Group. Please join the group. We give a lot of information out there. As you can probably can tell, I'm inundated with messages all the time. Whereas in that group, we got admins who can reach me. So please join our group on Facebook, and we get a lot of more information out there. Thank you for watching.